morning and welcome to Smell the Coffee on this beautiful, beautiful Wednesday morning. It is a bit chilly outside, or maybe it's just me, but hey, sexy beats weather any day. You're joined by Diana Master. Now, I am flying solo today, but that doesn't mean the show is not going to be jam-packed, fun and interesting. And of course, we'll be following our usual format, which is our reel of the day, our stories, and then of course, we get into our interview segment. But for now, let's get into a quick reel of the day segment, starting with this one in particular.
I'm warning my future wife from now. From now. You are the bad cop, not me. You. When it comes to disciplining the kids, me, I'm the voice. Me, I'm the voice. I'm the fake gangster and I'm the voice. Anyway, if I come there, you'll fly. Babe, bring my belt. The new one even. Bring for me. Bring. I can do that all day. Anyway, 5, 4, 3. Babe, go deal with him for me, please. Babe, just go and deal with him, please. Come on. Oh, wait, babe. No. I'm not gonna flog him. That's you, babe. The same way you beat me, you can't beat him. Just go and beat him, babe. 2! I'm even acting like I'm looking for my belt. 2! 1! Babe, just go and flog him. Come on. I'm the voice. Use me. I'm gonna go and get your dad. Use me. Then I'll even stomp my feet. Just use my presence. Just use my presence. But when it comes to me, actually... No, I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. Oh! I'm coming just now! What did he even do? What wrong did he do? He was talking to a girl in class. That's my nigga. What did she do? She didn't want to do PE. That's my princess. She can do what she wants. You don't want to listen in school? Okay! Oh my God! You fly! Please, babe, please. You've been putting your hands on me. You have no problem whooping people. But me, no. And if that's a problem, let's just initiate divorce now. I'll do like this to them. Like this. I don't mind that. That's fine. You know? That's okay. I don't mind that. I even saw color them. Hey! That's fine. You know? That's okay. I don't... Hey! Just hoot it. That one is fine. So no, me, I'm healed. I don't need to beat a child. I'm healed. Me, I'm healed. I don't need to beat a child. No, Yahweh, no. This one we're not gonna do here. Oh, kids are gonna fly in this house. Babe, bring my forget me stick and let me reset their memory. You go this time. Next time I'll deal with them. I promise. I know I said that last time, but it's just...
Honestly speaking, one of us needs to be the bad cop, one of us needs to be the good cop. And I think historically speaking, actually it's a 50-50. You do have some dads that are really, really, really the bad cop. And it's like, I'm going to tell your dad. And you know, hey. But then I feel like dads nowadays are the soft ones, where kids, especially baby girls, can run to their dads and be like, yo, dad, this is what your wife is doing to me. So I don't know. I think I am the bad cop. I am not the most patient person. So it is what it is, bro. Like, I've accepted my fate. And I think I like it more if my kids are comfortable with their dad, because that's the kind of relationship I had with my dad. I was terrified of my mom. But my dad, that was my homie, you know? So I think I want my kids to have the same relationship. But anyway, we do have one more meme, and this one is actually going to bring a laugh to you.
Se você encontrar isso aqui no caminhão do seu marido, não se preocupe.
Aqui no Redes Pneus, nós usamos isso como cinta de ferramenta.
Se de repente você encontrar isso aqui no caminhão do seu marido, não se preocupe.
Nós usamos isso para demarcar a porca sequencial. Nós sabemos que essa porca é daqui, tá?
Agora, se você encontrar isso aqui no caminhão do seu marido, não se preocupe.
Aqui nós usamos isso para deixar o nosso soquete lubrificado.
Agora, se seu marido chegar com essa marca na sua casa...
So don't worry, ladies. This is what they're doing at the mechanic, okay? It doesn't mean that your man is cheating. No. This is what is happening at the mechanic. Honestly speaking, I saw a meme that said, my worst fear is getting employed by a company with a TikTok page. And now I understand why. Because the things that these companies are making y'all do for views, I won't lie, they're funny, they're hilarious. But I feel like sometimes it's like, if I get to work today, what do they have for me to do so that we can grow our following on social media? I mean, it is funny, but I don't know, guys. I don't know. We're seeing our fathers on TikTok wearing female underwear just to get views. But anyway, we will now take a quick ad break, and when we come back, we get into our top stories.
Namibia is a land of movement, with waves that never stop reaching forward. Here, adventure is not something we search for. It is something we are born into. In every corner of this country, creativity rises, from artists, from athletes, from dreamers. And when the world comes to explore Namibia, they discover something extraordinary. Because when sport moves people, creativity moves ideas, and tourism moves the world toward us. Something powerful happens. A platform where movement meets imagination, where industries connect, where opportunity grows, where Namibia's next chapter begins. Welcome to the Creative Sport Tourism Expo. Exhibit, partner, experience. Creative Sport Tourism.
Now, if you've been on TikTok, you've seen a video that says Cristiano Ronaldo just announced he'll be playing in the 2030 World Cup. Colleagues, relax. Before y'all get excited, Portuguese superstar Cristiano Ronaldo has seemingly played his last World Cup, as it has left fans heartbroken across the world. While billions of fans are convinced that Cristiano Ronaldo might return to the field for the 2030 World Cup, he has remained distant. Amid this, a rumor of his comment on the 2030 World Cup has sparked chaos. Has Cristiano Ronaldo actually spoken about playing in the 2030 World Cup amid Portugal's brutal end on the field? No. The Portuguese legend has not expressed his desire to play in the 2030 World Cup since it will be hosted in Portugal. A few hours ago, a fan page on X made a post that read, as Cristiano Ronaldo is seriously considering participating in the 2030 World Cup because it will be in Portugal and the chances of winning it will be high. But this post seems entirely fake since there are no insider reports which confirm if Cristiano Ronaldo is thinking of returning to the field in 2030. The fake post has now sparked chaos among fans. A fan took to X and posted, "It's all because of Messi. He got us busy with this utter trash. If he hadn't brought it in 2022, this guy would have retired ages ago." Another fan wrote, "He should do himself some good and just pull out. It may not be his destiny." A third fan posted, "Ronaldo needs a psychologist to convince him of his age and focus on a new phase with business and organized work." Another fan noted, "You people want CR7 to die because of World Cup. Allow the old man to rest, please." Honestly speaking, I had the same sentiments because I'm like, Uncle, 41. By the time he plays in the 2030 World Cup, it's going to be 45. 45. Even with the final on Sunday, the commentators were saying Messi might play in 2030. I'm like, colleagues. It's enough now, okay? It's fine. It's done. The greatest of all time debate, it's over. It's okay. Let the two men rest. I do admire them, though, for being able to play until this age. Most players retire by like 35, they're done, and that's even pushing it. But anyway, shout out to them. Now we get into an interview with SolveX to find out all about his projects and what he's up to.
I'm joined in studio by a visionary artist, someone who has worn many hats and always wants to show up as authentic as possible to every project. Good morning, X. How are you doing?
Good, thank you. How are you doing, Glenora?
I'm quite excited to have you in studio. I'm quite excited to have this conversation early on in the year because you're one of the artists that I always look out for in terms of just the work that you're doing. And everything that you do is, always inspiring, and you're always pushing yourself to the next limit.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
So how has the year 2026 been? I know it's quite early, but how has it been so far as an artist?
As an artist so far, in an individual capacity, I think 2026 looks very promising. Again, I always like to say this. I feel like there's a new temperature in the art industry, in the creative industry, and myself as an artist, there's a lot that you can plan for. There's a lot that sounds exciting, that sounds like it's going to, sort of flourish. So again, like you said, it's very early on in the year, so you can't say too much. You don't want to jinx things that you have planned, but there's a positive start to it individually. But the world doesn't look very bright at the moment. So there's obviously that thing of like trying to balance reality with your optimism, So
speaking of that, and also how artists need to be a voice or the mirror to where society is, or the reflection of the times. I've seen most of your work, and it really does that. Your last play, you were, tackling quite a few heavy themes, but it was also inspired because this is, what I see in the community, and I'm just reflecting the times. How important is that for you as an artist to always, hold up the mirror to society?
I think that's the role of every artist, actually. In fact, everyone that has, even if you're not an artist as a profession, if you have a sketch pad at home, it's important for you to reflect what it is that inhibits you internally and whatever you see as going on in the world around you. Because that's how you preserve who you are, and that's how you preserve, let's say, the national identity of a country. It's by creating the art that reflects that. It's been quite a journey trying to really find my footing in expressing what, because it's very difficult to be honest as an artist, especially when you start commercializing your art. You want to meet the standard, the status quo, whatever is popular, whatever is trending. And most of the time, things that are reflective of society, people don't want to consume substance anymore. We live in a world, the digital era or whatever, but we live in a world where it's so easy to consume things. It's like you just scroll. It's just art, even on social media. So creating art that challenges, that makes people think critically about the world around them, about themselves, it's important. And I think it's the role of every artist to some degree. Even if you make abstract art, you need art that makes people think about themselves and about the world they live in, essentially.
I love that. And you did speak on trends as well, and how it's important to try to be as authentic as possible, but still, be in the know of the trends that are happening. What kind of trends are you seeing right now, or trends that we might be heading into in the industry?
So let me start with artists have become independent curators and creators now, especially with the advent and the promise of the internet era and the technologies like AI and AR and VR and all these new technologies that are driving what it means to be an artist in a completely new direction. And it's trending also, of course. I mean, we saw like with the advent of social media, it became much more easier to sort of disseminate your art globally, because you are in charge of it. You are in charge of distribution, because the internet platforms and social media platforms made that possible. So it has now it is when was the internet introduced? Like early 2000s. So now in 2026, you know, it's taken a level that is
where you can be a business on your own and you don't need all these
Yeah.
other factors or agents
and people outside of
record labels and whatnot. It also removes a level of, I'm not saying all record labels are bad, but or companies per se
Yeah.
that house and manage artists
Yeah.
are bad, but there were issues in the past where you hear stories of like artists, I mean I sold how many millions of albums or books, what have you, but I didn't make so much money from it because of the contracts I signed.
Yeah. So
now
there's that sense of like independence of being drawn away as an individual artist, being drawn away from institutions and being able to own your art, own your work, direct the channel in which it flows, things like that.
And also
you know?
own your voice as well.
Own your
which
voice
is also
as
very
well.
important, which is I've seen quite a few artists blow up just on social media.
Yeah.
And I don't see them like being signed on to anybody, but you can see that they have like millions of views on YouTube and they are doing their own thing, which is very nice and holistic.
They themselves become the brand, the entity, the company.
Yes.
You know, as an individual artist, you become the institution that sort of produces the work that you create as an artist.
Do you think that this new trend, especially the use of social media, is good news for Namibian artists? Because there's always been that notion that, if you're an artist in Namibia, you're just going to suffer, you're going to starve. So do you think that this is a platform for us as artists to, you know, get on and, you know, just see where it goes?
Yeah. I can answer that in two ways. One, it's not just social media, but other technologies, like we said now, the new trends that are happening, artificial intelligence and so forth. I think there's two ideas that you can have to it, like a positivist one and a negativist one. One, the Namibian industry, the creative arts industry, like I said, you know, it's only now with with the administration of the current president where we see some kind of recognition and true appreciation and acknowledgement of the importance of art and trying to, you know, distribute resources to build the industry. But then it also comes at a point where like the technology is so advanced to the point where you don't have it's in let's say in first world countries, creative industries are being threatened by our own creations, by technology. You don't need a whole set to create a film. You don't need a director, producer, writer. You just need AI. You just need AI and a producer. Because script writing,
which is a bit sad.
You know.
Yes.
So if that same reality sort of presented onto Namibia in this, it's not in the early stages. I mean, the art industry has been around. You know, we have had artists for decades since our independence, but in my experience, having conversations with people that are sort of the veterans of the art industry in Namibia, the older filmmakers, the older cultural practitioners, I always sense a bit of like a sense of not regret, like spitefulness. Like, why only now? Like, we are old, we're about to retire, and only
now it's just starting to pick up.
You know, it's only starting to pick up now, and you see it's very palpable when you enter rooms where people are having conversation on trying to formulate policies around the art creative industries. You know, the older people always seem to be a little bit more, you know, frustrated with the fact because they're about to retire. And then there's an idea that my generation, Gen Z, doesn't really understand the importance of art to a society, because again, everything is so cheap and so easy to make, and you can create a Mona Lisa with a prompt, you know, like the process of
writing, even academically, you can see that the time it used to take to study for something and what have you, you know, I have to read a whole textbook. Now I can just put a prompt, please summarize, I'm doing a test and this is what we're going to focus. Summarize the most important things that I need to know about this, and that's it. And then I go and write the test and I pass. But I have not sat down and you know, consumed a work of somebody, a body of work. Do you get it? It's just snippets of it. And yeah, I hear what you're saying. So the world is moving to that. Speaking of AI and the creative industry, we're seeing more and more writers, musicians, what have you, are using AIs. And there is a positive to it. I've listened to some music or musicians
have you?
who've used AI.
Oh, okay. I thought you said I thought you were gonna say AI artists.
Yeah, not AI artists. They would, let's say, I don't have a producer, so AI does my producing for me. And I can see how it helps, especially when you're starting out and you don't have the money to pay for a producer, what have you. So there's this guy that I'm following on social media. He used AI to create his beats, but the vocals is his, which I have to say I respect him for that. And I love that that's the direction he's going for, because it's quite expensive, especially if you're starting out. But at the same time, it takes away from the human touch.
Yeah, that's the point. That's the point of it all. AI can do incredible things. It can make work so much more effective, so much more efficient, so much more convenient and easier to do in any industry. You know, especially in the arts. But then it takes away from that human touch.
Yeah.
And so, let's say I'm a bit of a negativist. Maybe I've watched too much
Black Mirror.
Futuristic sci-fi films about AI taking over the world or whatever. The first thing as an artist that I would fear is that instead of thinking about robotics, we won't be able to do anything. You have an AI that's cleaning your room, your house. You have an AI that drives, or you take a robot or whatever, electric car, whatever, that drives your kids to school. You don't have to go anywhere and do anything, because you have created these technologies that can do everything for us, and then humans basically just become people that eat and sleep, consume. The perfect utopia of AI and technology. But what would that mean for art? That means nothing that we consume is created by the hands of a human. You watch a movie, a film, it's generated. You see a painting, it's generated. You listen to music, it's generated. It's written, it's produced, everything, all the elements that goes into making music. So I do respect people that are trying to move with the time, artists that are trying to move with the times, like the person you mentioned that would make a beat with AI but still put their own vocals. But at one point, someone else is going to realize, no, it's easier to just also let AI generate my voice. Let me record my voice. And then at one point, we don't have any original art or
anymore.
human art with human touch to it. And I like to quote, it's a German philosopher, I don't know if you know him, but Friedrich Nietzsche. I know you like philosophy.
I know him. Of course I'll know him.
Yeah. And he had this idea that in order for humans, the point of being alive on this earth as a human being is to sort of struggle. And if you're going to project that into your art, AI doesn't have struggle. It just analyzes.
There's no human soul to it.
Exactly.
A human touch brings the endurance, the suffering, the joy, what have you, and that's what makes it so unique and palpable to everybody else. So I definitely agree with that. Now, X, we really, got carried away, and you and I will always, have long conversations. But it was so nice to have you in studio to divulge some of this thoughts, and just also open our minds to just like, okay, this might be cool, but what does it mean in the long term for society and for us as artists as well? So thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much for having me. My name is Solve X, and this is a very beautiful conversation.
Thank you so much. All right, with that, we've come to the end of the broadcast. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow, same time, same place.